Hello everyone. I hope you're doing just great. How's it going? Today, I'm going to continue the subject of causative sentences. If you remember in the last lesson, I just talked about causative sentences in the active form. But today, I'm going to elaborate on causative sentence in passive form. Okay, so be with me and stay tuned. So today I'm going to continue the conversation between Mom and Lee. Lee is going to have an important presentation, which is coming very soon, and he needs to take care of his style and his presentation, and it needs to be ready within a few days. All right, and he's a little bit worried. Mom comes to Lee's room and starts a conversation. Okay, I'm going to read. Please listen and read with me. Mom says, "Are you done with the cleaning, Lee?" Lee answers, "Funny, I haven't even started it yet. I'm going to have my room cleaned by the cleaning lady at the weekend. I'm busy with my project, which is to be delivered on Monday. If only I could have my notes typed." Mom, "Just to remind you, you need to dress up for the presentation. You must get your trousers shortened and your hair cut within today. Don't forget, tomorrow is the weekend." Lee, "Don't worry, Mom. I already took it to the tailor's while I was driving my car to the mechanic's. I will also get my hair cut tonight." Mom, "Don't tell me your car is broken again." Lee says, "No worries, Mom. I just needed to get the engine checked before I hit the road on Monday." Okay, everyone, now please take your time, pause the video, and find the causative sentences. All the causative sentences are in passive form. All right, I will come back to you after a couple of minutes when you do it. The first one is, I'm going to have my room cleaned by the cleaning lady. Have my room cleaned. The next one is, must get your trousers shortened and your hair cut. So this includes two causative structures like get your trousers shortened and your hair cut. And the last one is, I just needed to get the engine checked. Get the engine checked. All right, everyone, now let's take out those sentences from the conversation and see them on a screen with more focus on the structure. Let's look at the first sentence. I am going to have my room cleaned by our cleaning lady. The subject of this sentence is I. Of course, it's not the cleaning lady because the cleaning lady is the agent who is going to do it for you. And you're going to pass this task on the agent. And in this passive causative sentence structure, usually we don't want to mention the agent because our focus is on the action or on the thing, not the person who does it for us. Okay? Still, sometimes we prefer to mention the agent at the end of the sentence in a by phrase. As you can see, the by phrase in the parentheses by our cleaning lady is meant, but most of the time we prefer not to talk about the agent in the passive form of causative sentences. What is the causative verb? Here in the first one, have is the causative verb in the form of planned future, which is going to have. My room is the thing which is gonna be cleaned. The action is gonna happen on my room. And cleaned is the most critical agent of this sentence structure, which is the past participle of the action verb or the agent's verb. Sometimes it comes with to be. It means be plus past participle, but most of the time when we are using have and get, only past participle is what we need. Now let's look at the second one. I could have my notes typed. Have is my causative verb and my notes something that I need to have an action on, but someone else, like a typist or an assistant, is the agent who is not mentioned because it's not important to talk about. So the important thing is typing my notes. So I will have it, or I could have my notes typed. So I would say, I wish I could have, so I can say, I wish I could have my notes typed. And the next sentence, you must get your trousers shortened and your hair cut. So it means, for example, I bought a pair of trousers which were a bit long for me, so I needed to get it shortened. So who is gonna do it for me? Usually a tailor, a person who does it for me everywhere. It's not important. The important thing is that my trousers need to be shortened. And someone like a hairstylist, a barber, can cut my hair. So I want to have my hair cut. And the last sentence is, I've been advised to let the engine be checked by a technician. I have deliberately made some changes in this sentence. The original sentence in the conversation was, I just needed to get the engine checked by a technician. But I just wanted to mention some grammatical points. First, so far in the first three sentences, we've analyzed the passive causative structure. What about the structure of the whole sentence? Are they passive or active sentences? Let's look at the subject and the verb. The subject is I, and the verb is have, or going to have. So, this sentence is an active one. The causative sentence or the causative structure is already embedded in this sentence as a part of it. But the main verb is active, so the sentence, I'm going to have my room cleaned, is an active sentence, but it has a passive causative part. Also the next one, I could have my notes typed. Okay, so I could have. So this sentence is active, but this part, my notes typed, is a passive causative structure embedded in this sentence. Also this one, you must get your trousers shortened. But what about the last sentence? Let's read it together first. I've been advised to let the engine be checked by a technician. I, here in this sentence, is not the subject. It's an object. It means someone advised me. Okay? Who advised me? Someone. It's not important. We don't know. So, I here is the object, and your sentence starts with an object. It's a passive sentence, which of course has a passive causative structure in it too. Okay? It comes next. Your causative verb is let, which is different from get and have. Why? Because after let in the passive causative form, we need to use the action verb, the verb of the agent, in the form of be plus past participle. Here I prefer to mention a technician to emphasize that I'm not gonna check it because I do not have enough expertise or I do not have enough. A friend of mine, someone I know, told me that you're going to go on an important mission and you want to make sure that your car is intact, it's gonna work well for you. So let a technician do it for you this time. Okay, now let's go to the next part. Now, pretty much like the last lesson, we are going to make some sentences using the prompts and pictures. If you remember, there are different types of people doing several types of jobs who can do several things for us. So we can use those sentences in causative form. Now we are focusing on making passive form of causative sentences. The people are as below. A carpenter, a computer technician, a secretary or a PA, personal assistant, a photocopier or a copy machine, a painter, an electrician, an engineer, a repairman, or a handyman. So also you can see the spelling of each, and we are going to see the prompts to help us make sentences of passive causative form. Subject, I, causative verb, have. You can say want to have using want. Agent is a carpenter, okay? Action verb is fix. Fix. Fix what? The cupboard, okay? Cupboard. Next one. Subject is dad, causative verb have. So more exactly, going to have. An agent is a technician, and the action verb is repair. What? The computer, okay? So you don't have to use the agent in the by phrase all the time. It's optional. Use it when you see it's suitable or useful. All right, everyone, you can see 8 prompts which enable you to make 8 sentences using passive causative structure. You will have like 4 or 5 minutes to make your sentences. Stop the video, take your time, and play it again to check your sentence with mine. All right, everyone, now let's look at the sentences one by one. The first one. I want to have the cupboard fixed by a carpenter. By a carpenter reveals the agent, which is optional. You may like to use it, or you can do away with it. Next one. My dad is going to have the computer repaired. By a computer technician. Of course, by a computer technician. Otherwise, he can do it himself. Okay? So it's not very necessary to mention the doer or the agent of the action. Next one, he needs to get his meetings arranged. Of course, by his PA, not by his wife. Next one, I had 100 copies printed. I had 100 copies printed. Next one, she can get the hall painted. Next, Bob got the house rewired. Next one, Bob always gets his car fixed by a mechanic. Only specialists or experts, mechanics, not himself, not his friends, not his family members. Okay? Next one. We'd better let the plumbing be changed by a handyman. Okie dokie, everyone. Now let's look at the last sentence with a better focus. We'd better let. We had better let. After had better, we need to use the bare imperative or the base form of the verb. I'd better go, she'd better stay, he'd better sit, they'd better finish their jobs as soon as possible. So, we'd better let the plumbing be changed. When we use let in the passive causative sentences, the action verb needs to come with be plus past participle. All right? Because we are letting a handyman do it for us. Okay? So, let the plumbing be changed by a handyman. Now, everyone, let's call it a lesson at this point. I hope everyone has enjoyed it so far. I'm going to provide you with more activities and worksheets to give you the chance to practice more and more and make sentences as many as possible. There are a lot of people out there who can provide you with lots of services and do things for you, so you can assign your tasks on them. So in the real life context, you can make a lot of sentences, and no matter in the passive form of causative sentences or the active forms. So take this opportunity and keep up practicing and making sentences until it becomes your second nature. Have a great time. I really enjoyed talking to you and see you in my next lesson.